Spare some change? Ethan adjusted the weight of his grocery bags as he walked down the dimly lit sidewalk. It was late, and the streets were mostly empty, except for him, the homeless man. "Spare some change?" the man rasped from the shadows of a storefront. His voice was dry, hollow. Ethan had seen him before, always in the same spot. Same ragged coat, same unblinking stare. Something about him unsettled Ethan, but he forced a polite smile. "Sorry, man. Not tonight." The man didn't respond. He just stood there, watching as Ethan walked past. A block later, Ethan glanced over his shoulder. The man was still there. At least, he should have been. Instead, he was closer. Too close. Standing beneath a flickering streetlight. Ethan's pulse quickened. He picked up his pace. "Spare some change." The voice was right behind him. Ethan spun around, but the sidewalk was empty. His breath hitched. Shaking it off, he hurried toward his apartment building, fumbling for his keys. He stepped into the lobby, exhaling in relief, until he saw the reflection in the glass door. The homeless man was inside, standing just behind him. Ethan whirled around. Nothing. His heart pounded as he took the elevator up. He was just imagining things. Stress, lack of sleep. Inside his apartment, he locked the door and leaned against it, eyes shut. A dry whisper drifted through the room. "Spare some change?" Ethan's eyes snapped open. The homeless man stood in the center of his living room, impossibly still, his face shadowed beneath his hood. The room seemed darker, the air heavy and cold. Ethan backed away, heart hammering. How did you—" The man took a step forward. His mouth stretched into an unnatural grin, revealing rows of needle-like teeth.
"You should have given me something."
Ethan screamed as the room distorted around him, the walls twisting like liquid. The man opened his mouth wider, and darkness poured out, swallowing the light, swallowing everything. The next morning, the apartment was silent, empty. Down on the street in front of the grocery store, a new figure stood in the shadows, a man in a familiar jacket, holding out his hand. His lips moved, whispering to passers-by.
"Spare some change."